All right, welcome folks. This is a later start than normal for our Civ 4 game. The reason for that is William, our little baby son, cannot go to daycare this week, so we're watching him at home. And that means that I need to stream when he is taking a nap. He is napping right now, so hopefully we've got about an hour or so. Hopefully we'll have somewhere between an hour and 2 hours to run the stream today, and then he'll be able to be back at daycare next week. Don't get me wrong; it's not that I want my baby son to be off at daycare, but it is nice for us to get a little bit of a break from him from time to time too. He's been at home all week, and yeah, he does. It does take a lot of time. We do have to watch him at all times because he's only 10 months old. Okay, so what are we going to do today? Well, just as last year, after we finished the season 6 championship, we did a game featuring Mansa Musa. We are going to do a game featuring this season's champion, which is Louis. And so we're going to do a game with Louis here. I'm going to run it on immortal difficulty, and it's not going to have any particular victory condition, no particular variant. The variant is going to be the map, because I want to showcase one of the game's weirder map scripts. This is a fan-made map script. It doesn't come with the game itself, but it's pretty readily available. You can find it at Civ Fanatics if you're curious. That is the Totestra map. So first I'm just going to show what this map looks like. We're just going to roll a map, and I'm going to put it in debug mode so you can see what this looks like. Totestra is a map that is designed to look realistic, basically. It's supposed to have like realistic mountain ranges and river patterns and rain shadows and that kind of thing. I'm going to put start anywhere, and then I'm going to run this option. So we're just going to run this, and I'm going to show you what a map like this looks like in debug mode, and then we'll re-roll and start from there. But I want to show, this is not a standard map script, so I don't think people are super familiar with it, and I want to show what kind of maps it throws out. This is not a balanced map. There's a reason why we don't ever run multiplayer games with this setup, because it's not balanced. It does create some very, very pretty looking maps. But it doesn't it doesn't balance those maps. It's very possible to just get enormous stretches of rainforest or desert or anything like that. So, all right, let me show you what this map looks. Here's an example of what this map looks like. All right, this is not the game we're playing. I want to make that clear. So we're going to put it in debug mode. So if you're curious what these maps look like, all right, so look at the continent that we have here. We would have started, I'm kind of glad this is not our start, down here at the foot of this continent. There's another AI over here, Bismarck, and then two more AIs happen to roll on this one. But like, look at this desert area that the map has generated here. You get these huge patches of land. Where are other AI? Like, so like, look at this continent. Mansa Musa is in the east, and then Sitting Bull's in the west on that whole continent. But like, you get these really cool looking maps. I mean, if you like look at it from the abstract, it's a very, very cool looking setup, but it's not balanced. Yeah. This would, Mansa might have just destroyed this map if this had been the actual one that we ran. So yeah, you get these really cool looking setups, but it's not a balanced map at all. Like, look at this massive forest that just stretches for ages and ages and ages and ages, and we would have been in the thick of that. Kind of interesting. All right. Yep. And stuff like this. Like, how could you ever work these gold tiles? Well, the answer is you wouldn't. I guess maybe with like Sid Sushi or something like that. All right. So we're going to actually roll the map this time, but I wanted to show what that looks like. So we're playing as Louis. We'll talk more about Louis' advantages in a minute. We're on immortal difficulty, standard number of AIs, Totestra standard climate. This is a weird enough map. We don't need to go messing with the climate settings. I'm going to put start anywhere. This means the AIs can be wherever they want. Break Pangeas, that's fine with me. And then bigger maps. All right. Huge map with only 6 AIs. This is already a much bigger map than I would normally play on. I don't need this to be huge. I mean, you can run this with like a huge map, and it's just you get absolutely immense expanses of territory. Yeah, and these maps are big by default. Correct. Yeah, these are bigger maps. Huge map with bigger map is insane, right? So every map script has its own default size depending on what you pick. You know, it's like small, standard, large, huge, blah, blah, blah. They all have different sizes. The biggest map by default, I think, is it's either big and small or it's Terra. One of those is the biggest. This is a map. So for those just getting it, this is a map script. All right. So let's see what we got here. Interesting. So we don't have a start that matches our text particularly well here. That said, we do have ivory, which is nice, and we do have a stone resource. That's kind of nice too. Industrious plus stone means you have a decent shot at building wonders. Okay. So let's talk about Louis here for a second. Louis, we're playing as Louis because he won the latest season of Civ 4 AI Survivor. Now, interesting. I actually have an interesting decision right off the bat here because if I found on this tile, I'll never be able to work this fish tile. It actually gets orphaned if I settle on that tile because it can't. I think you want a city here, but you don't want the capital there. Is it possible if we move north one tile, we could then settle? Wait, no, we wouldn't be able to if we went north one tile. We still wouldn't be able to settle there. Yeah, settle in place orphan seafood. Yeah. Fish is in a really awkward spot. Of course, we could also move 2 tiles north as a river. Yeah, but we don't want to move away from all these resources here. We want a city nearby, but I think you'd really like a city right here on this tile too, if possible. Could move one tile inland, right? Could move one tile inland. Just move and see what's over here at least. Okay, settle the ivory. Well, the ivory would that create a 2 production center tile? More clams with Fish City. I think we do really want a city on this tile. So that means we have to settle inland at least. Have to be somewhere over here if we were going to do that. It's really a shame that this spot has completely whiffed our starting text so badly. It's a 2 production capital if you settle here. Yeah, the ivory is a 2 production capital, which is nice. Oh, wow. Oh, well, we could settle here for a 3 production capital. I think that's even better, right? But we'll be missing out on too many food bonuses if we went there. The legendary marble settle. But we'll be missing out on too many food resources if we settled there because we'd have this, but that would actually move all the seafood resources out of range. I feel like we have to at least go there. Oh wait, but that misses the pigs. It's diagonal down. Okay. Really interesting. Could settle on the stone though. That might be better. Would redeem the desert. Yeah. Why is the marble so awkwardly placed? I feel like the stone is the tile to resettle on because now it means that the stone settle, I think it clears the desert tile. It means that we get a value out of that tile, and it pulls in the double pigs, actually triple pigs. Yeah, can't see anything further north. I think it's got to be the stone tile. Of course, we could have settled there on the first turn, but that's okay. We got some info, which is key. All right, and we're gonna need a name for this spot, so I'll give people a chance to think about what that should be. So then the question is, what do we research first? Name this Porky Pig. Some good suggestions here. So this is a really interesting start because agriculture wheel doesn't really help us with this start. It's kind of interesting because these are normally such amazing text to start with, but it doesn't really help us here. It's got to be hunting into animal husbandry, right? For the tech path, connect the pigs, something like that. Louisville works for me. All right, 15 turns. Well, we actually have to, as much as I'd like to do hunting first, I think it has to be animal husbandry first because if we do hunting into animal husbandry, I think it takes too long to get there, even though it discounts the, let's move here first. It discounts the cost of animal husbandry if we do, it discounts the cost of animal husbandry if we do the hunting first. But I mean, we want to connect the pigs before anything else, right? I mean, we want to build a warrior and call him Slugger because we want to connect the pigs first. Those are our high food tiles. So even though it's inefficient, I think we do need to do animal husbandry first here, even though that's annoying. All right, yeah, and then this is where we'll probably put the first settler here. Oh, sounds turned way up. Let's turn that down. I think that's where the first city goes, and then it can share resources. So we'll have to research fishing pretty early too. And yeah, this could be a really nice city. We also have a very realistic chance to go for Stonehenge here because there's so many. Well, we'll see. There's a ton of forests here. So well, but we don't really need Stonehenge, right? We're creative. We don't really need Stonehenge that badly. Maybe pyramids. Probably more pyramids. I mean, could go for kind of anything, or we could try to do the Oracle into metal casting play, which is so good for an industrious leader. Nice Moai City, yes, very nice Moai City. We're going to be industrious with both wonder resources, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so a few words about our civ here. So one of the biggest advantages of playing as France is you're an agriculture wheel starting civ, and these are really good starting texts in most cases. Agriculture is, so a couple of reasons why that is. One, agriculture is the most common food resource tech. We have no agriculture resources here, so you're not seeing that, but it's the most common food resource tech. These are also the most expensive techs, so there's 6 techs you can start with, right? Every civ starts with 2 of them. Those have costs of either 40, 50, or 60 are the base costs for each of those. The cheap ones are hunting and fishing. Those are base cost 40 in the XML. Mysticism, mining are the medium ones. Those are base cost 50. Agriculture, wheel, base cost 60. So these are the 2 most expensive techs. The other big thing is you are well positioned to go after 2 of the 3 key early game techs with these starting techs. So there's 3 key early game techs in Civ 4. And those are bronze working, animal husbandry, pottery, bronze working, metals and ivory or copper and slavery, animal husbandry, horses and pastures, pottery, granaries, and cottages. Those are the 3 key early game techs. What order to get them in is usually the big question in any Civ 4 opener. So with agriculture wheel, you are very well positioned to go to animal husbandry. You're very well positioned to go to pottery. You can research either of them out of the gate. The only thing you're not well positioned to go for is bronze working. You're mining bronze. You're 2 techs away from bronze working. So that is the one downside to this. But you're well positioned to go to the other 2, and you always need to connect your food resource before you go to bronze working, or almost always. So you're often in a position where you're like, hey, I have agriculture. I can already connect my food resource. I can just go mining bronze working out of the gate anyway. So all that stuff's really good. France is a civ. So France's special stuff is they get the Musketeer, which is a great unique unit. Not the best in the game, but I'd say it's probably like the 5th or 6th best unique unit, something like that. It's a 2-move musket, so your muskets can keep up with your knights, which is really nice. The big weakness of knights is the 2 movers don't get defensive bonuses, so if you run into an enemy's territory and you run up on top of a hill, they can hit you with catapults or pikes. But with musketeers, you just run with the knights. Let's say you run into enemy territory, you run up on a hill like this. It's like, oh, you want to hit the mounted stack with pikes? Well, now you have to deal with musketeers on a hill with 75% defense, and your pikes get like 1% odds. Good luck with that. Anyway, and the other thing is you get the Salon, which is kind of irrelevant. Louis is industrious creative. Industrious, not that great as far as single player goes. It's okay, but especially on higher difficulty, the wonder building's not that great. The real advantage is double speed production of forges. Creative, though, is fantastic. Creative is really, really good, especially for the early game. Now, it does fall off as the game goes on. Okay, we've got room for another good city down here. 1, 2, 3. Looks like there's already a good chance we'll put a city on this tile here. I won't mark it just yet. We'll explore a little bit further. Salon replaces, what, the observatory? Is that right? It's been a while since I saw that. I think it's the observatory. Yep. Gives a free artist, which is, okay, great. But if we can get into representation, that wouldn't be bad. Okay, we got some food resources here. Reasonably happy. Looks like we know where another city is probably going to go right here. Plains Hill, double food resources. Very nice. Not bad. Now the question is, does this dead end down here? I'm thinking it does. We got another rice up there. We also got a ton of jungle tiles here. I mean, a ton of jungle tiles. All right, so now sadly, there's no tile we can work that's better than what we have right here. We are not expansive. If we were expansive, we get two, what is it, an extra production point here. Also, we did not get the two production center tile, which is a bit unfortunate. But I do think this was better than founding on the marble. If we were on the marble, I mean, I guess this would have been under the jungle, but that would be forever and a day off. We would be sacrificing this tile, and I do want the two food bonuses here. This is more of a production-oriented capital. It's not really that much commerce-oriented here. We're gonna have to get commerce from other locations. Yeah, desert does not have the base hammer, correct. Okay, yeah, I think that this probably comes to a dead end down here, but I do want to finish figuring it out. Hopefully the barbs won't mess us up too bad. Oh, wow, this just keeps going, doesn't it? Well, barbs won't enter borders this early in the game. Okay, yeah, this just keeps going, doesn't it? A lot of green tiles. Of course, we'll have to chop this down, all this down. How long does this isthmus run for? Well, there's a food reap bonus down here. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of barbarian problems on this map. Okay, it looks like this does come to a close with another food bonus down here. I'll finish going here and then we'll turn around. Yeah, Great Wall would actually Great Wall would be really effective on this map. The problem is the first great person would then be a great spy, which is not amazing, but yeah, I think Great Wall might actually be pretty strong here. Okay, so we did find the end, a double, and the double fish. So we're gonna have to settle there if we don't want to orphan the fish, which means that we then backlog 1, 2, 3, probably a city here or here, probably something like that. Probably something like here, roughly. Can figure it out later, but something like that to work the sheep. Yep, exactly. The sheep can then be split off to another city. Exactly. So good long-term potential down here. Oh, wow. And okay. Well, we're going to have to orphan one of these fishes, unfortunately, because the only place to get this fish is this tile. So going to have to orphan another fish. This spot does not get it, unfortunately. Better to get the double fish than the single. Awkward indeed. Thanks for the link there. All right, so well, so far no. And barbarians are turned on for this game. Just FYI, I did not turn them off, so they are on. There's no villages, but the barbs are on. All right, so we've got a civ that starts with mysticism. That's not a surprise. I'm going to start by connecting this, I think, and then we'll move over here because we'll want to be over in this direction for once we connect. Yeah, we'll want to be over here to connect the ivory. So the worker should go to the left first. Now I turned off choose religions. All right, so we're going to see if there's horses. I would be surprised if there's horses here. Seems unlikely. So what do we go next? Probably, well, we're going to need fishing when we found that city, but we probably go mining bronze working next. Into fishing, probably. Oh, wait, no, we need hunting. Duh, we need hunting. I skipped hunting, so we need that now. Trying to walk the slightly safer path. Now, one nice thing is we will get the third ring border pop, and that will help give us a little barb security. It's kind of nice. Yeah, no, well, we do have one happiness resource, right? We've got the, we got the ivory. So we do have one. All right, so we need to grow a little bit. Get over there and start working on that. Bit of a slow opener. South shore of Nova Scotia? Maybe a little bit. I don't know if I immediately see that. Question is, how far does the land go to the northwest? And it might end up, given that this is Totestra, it might go a long way indeed. I kind of like settling this city first because it's a very safe spot. And it can share a lot of tiles with the capital. Like it can share this tile and Well, it can just share this tile, basically. It can only share one tile. I guess it could share these tiles as well. But I like the idea of having a safe backline city. I don't really have to defend against barbs. And then we can maybe look to push down south. Oh, wait, there's horses down here. Oh, okay. Horses in the forest. All right. Interesting. All right, so 2 religious AIs in this game. Actually, someone could have started mysticism into polytheism there. The horses yearn to run free, indeed. I have not seen any barbs. I'm a little surprised. I thought I would have seen some by now. All right, so the pigs give us a 5 food tile. Very nice. Just going to build some warriors here for a couple turns. And we are going to get that border expansion shortly. So now I got to get over here and connect this. Unfortunately, I can't really do any optimization with the worker here.
Two rabbits. You will lose them both.
All right. Do we go fishing next, or do we go mining into bronze working? We can at least start on this path. And unfortunately, I just need to do 2 turns worth of movement. There's nothing I can do to speed that up. Because it's more important to get this tile worked ASAP so we can work it at size 2. Probably build the settler at size 3. And I can probably, actually I can probably do this and then go right straight to this. Mining bronze so we can chop the fishing boat. That's a good point. That's actually a good point. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. So we can chop and whip the, I think you're right. Still surprised I haven't seen any barbarians yet. Now so here's a little, I'll be able to start improving this tile though, because the borders are going to pop here in just 4 turns. So I can start improving this pigs even before the city's founded to give it a tile to work. All right. I'm trying to stay on the defensive terrain. I don't know why there's been no barbs so far. Maybe the barb logic's different on this map. All right, yeah, I think we build the settler at size 3. I think that works. Oh, hello. I thought the land extended a lot further in that direction. I hope this isn't it. Should we mine the pigs long term? That's a good point, actually. Although we could run a lot of specialists. I don't know. I kind of like just making that city run a ton of specialists. But will we be able to have enough specialist slots for it to even work is the question. I think it's pasture to start, and then maybe it gets converted into a mine later on. Yeah, Globe Theater would be nice, especially because the theaters are half price as a creative civ. Okay, all right. So the land extends a little further that way. Yeah, we're about to get that border pop, which is going to be nice. There we go. Okay. Look at that. It's almost like I planned it, although I obviously didn't plan it. 8 food per turn. We need 8 more food. Go to size 3. Start the settler. Hopefully barbs stay away for now. Plains on the coast next to the river is pretty great. Which one? This one here? Yeah, potentially. It could share this tile. It does have that's a dry rice, but it's easy to irrigate to it by just farming that tile. So yeah, probably that spot there. And we'll have to farm over to this rice tile too. Probably have to farm some of these long term. Can't share pigs. Oh, you're right. No, it's diagonal. You're right. Can't share. Yep, but this will be a nice spot for sure. A lot of good spots. I mean, the land's been very green overall. So, oh wait, anyway, we got our first barb animal popping up. Oh, hey, cool. There's another food bonus. 9 turns for the settler. Okay, so if it's 9 turns for the settler, we got a little time here. Time enough that we can connect, we can improve one of these tiles first. So let's do that. We'll do this tile. And then I think we'll road this, and then road this, and then move over there. All right, so do we want to try to fight this lion or not? I get the 50% bonus on these tiles. Lion of Doom. So the odds that I win are probably like 85%, but I would prefer not to lose this unit if I can avoid it. You also get the 5% fortification bonus. Let's dig in here and see if it'll attack. We'll get at least 1 turn's worth of fortify bonus. See how that works. All right. Yeah, it definitely has more than 1 continent. All right, we did win, fortunately. I recognize the animation. And I'll go ahead and let this unit heal for a couple turns. No need to move it out at 1.2 HP.
The man who moves a mountain.
17 turns for bronze working. Okay, well that'll go down a little bit as the city grows. We have no commerce coming in. That's one issue here is these tiles have no commerce on any of them, so our research rate is not great. We do want to work some of these water tiles, and we can get the trade. If we can build the road between these three, we get the trade route too, which is worth 2 commerce in the early game. Pretty significant when you're only making 9 per turn. It's true, the coast does help with fog of war. Barbs can't spawn on the coast. So we got 1.4 health. Doing a little fog busting there. Okay, so we got a dead end up there, but some more food bonuses, right? Definitely some more food. We can probably we may want to put a city on this tile here, just to split off one of these food tiles. We'll have to consider, we'll have to decide whether it makes sense to cram one in there or not. Might though. So this, we'll definitely want a city up here for these 2 resources. So let's just tentatively put that there. And then that would mean we'd want one here. We're going to be able to work an awful lot of water tiles on this map. Really is Nova Scotia. It does look a little bit like, got Cape Breton up here, maybe. Yeah, Great Lighthouse would be a very good option too. Have to think strongly about that as well. This city could be a good spot for it here because there's a lot of forests in range. This would be a pretty good spot for it. Yeah, we're going to build a lot of fishing boats, it's true. Yeah, Great Lighthouse is really strong. This map that tends to produce a lot of thin, snaky islands. I've noticed that too. Not that I've played a lot on this map. All right, we're going to road this tile and then road this tile. And then we'll get a 3 turns worth of movement to that spot. All right, this warrior might just sit up here fog busting for the time being while this one goes and explores. So we're very, very slowly creeping towards bronze working. Yeah, Colossus and Great Lighthouse would be awesome. We'll see what we can land. I mean, we do have these resources, not that they help with Great Lighthouse. Yeah, I think I'm content to have you just sit right here. You fog bust this entire little corner here. All right, so now we've got Ivory connected, so that's a plus. And grow to size 6 now. Road this. All right, did you finish healing? You did. So now we can see what's over here. Continue onwards. Yeah, Great Lighthouse is resourceless. So definitely have some room to expand out here. All right, finish the road. Go. Fortify here and absorb that wolf. All right, we'll be able to found there shortly. And we'll improve that tile. So Louisville, yeah. So now this, of course, slows down growth a little bit, but we still want to work this tile. Let's finish the warrior. And I think we'll get another worker next. Only 5 turns. Because we're going to want to do some chopping for sure. Going to need to get at least one workboat out. And then we'll see if we can probably try to get this city down next after that. Pig got jungled. Where did that happen? Oh, did this just get oh. Ah, that's unfortunate. That's actually pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That was not under jungle before. I guess it grew over the spot. Well, now there's really no tile for this city to work. Um, at least it has fish. Well, yeah, but not until the borders expand. It actually will not have like any tiles to work at first. Well, dang, yeah. That's my bad. Well, you can't control that. That's just bad luck. There's not much I could do about that. I guess we'll connect the other ivory then. Steal capital pigs. I guess I could build it, steal the capital pigs, maybe. All right, so we should get a woodsman promotion here. It's nice. Yeah, I wanted to finish the road. I actually want to finish the road here, so I can get the extra commerce. I kind of want that trade route. All right, why don't you head down south and just fog bust this peninsula? Stand on like one of these hill tiles to make sure barbs don't pop up. Yeah, commerce is key. We're kind of slowed by how little commerce we have right now. All right, and we wanted what was the name of this one going to be? I think it was like Bouillabaisse. What was the name? I don't know how to spell that. Someone in chat had it before. I might just have to Google it. Halifax, if we want to go with Nova Scotianese. Is that how that's spelled? I think I got that right. All right, so we really want to build a workboat here, but we can't. See, like this is the problem: is we can't do a whole lot. We don't have fishing, so we can't build workboats, and we don't have pottery yet, so we can't build a granary here. So yeah, all we can really do is work on a warrior right now. It's pretty sad. Fruity de mare. Well, oh, another wolf. Okay. I mean, getting to Woodsman 2 would be nice, and we could scout faster. We should win this really easily because we're on the forested hill, and we have Woodsman promotion. Nice. Okay, didn't even take a point of damage. That's nice. All right, so now we connected that, and we'll have a trade route starting next turn. So we'll be able to go a little bit faster anyway. All right. Then I'd like to grow this to size 4 and then get another settler for down here. I can also start chopping soon. Very kind of, again, it always feels like a slow start, but there's only so much we can do. We really do need, yeah, there we go. That trade route kicking in took us from 11 to 13 production, so that's pretty nice. All right, build this. I did this. All right, that doesn't slow down the completion time, so we'll do this. Swap for right now. At least we've managed to reveal a good portion of the map, at least in our immediate area. And there's room for, I mean, it's a lot of green land, so there's like a lot of good long-term potential here. Definitely going to need iron working in the near future, though, too. All right. Just kind of chilling right now. 4 turns to bronze. I mean, it'd be cool if copper's like right here. Not holding my breath on that, though. We already have a ton of resources. Okay, let's do this warrior. Okay, now we do need this tile back. 3 turns, then at size 4, we'll work the 4 resource tiles, including this one. All right, so we're going to want you to chop towards, we're going to want to chop into this as soon as we have fishing. I guess in the meantime, though, what can I do with this worker? I guess in the meantime, I can road towards the next city. Actually, no, what we can do is we can work on finishing the ivory first. All right, you can probably just hang out there. Oh, bears. We do not want to fight a bear. Or do we want to fight him on the forested hill? If we're ever going to get rid of this guy, the forested hill is the place to do it. We got the 75% advantage, and we have woodsman promotion. So I think we definitely have odds. It just could still lose this battle, but if we're going to take this, if we want to get rid of this guy, this is the tile to fight him on. All right, looks like we won. Thank goodness. How close was that battle? Only got one XP point though. All right, we had 78% odds. So, all right, you can fortify there for the time being. You're only at 0.6. It's a shame you're not closer. Too bad you're not closer to finishing that. All right, so that gets us another resource tile here, but I need to work this so we can keep growing. Yeah, that would be 4 turns. Really a shame that we can't improve the pig style there. Really a shame. But as soon as this hits size 4, we'll be okay. And we still need to get to fishing too. Fortunately, fishing's a very cheap tech. In fact, oh, I was gonna say I'll just work this for commerce, but I was like, oh wait, I actually can't even work that. Can't even work those tiles for commerce. Whoops. More fish west of the cow. Oh yeah. Hmm. Well, we definitely have to make use of this tile here. So the only place we can settle is we have to settle here, or else it orphans the fish. Has to settle here. It's the only tile that's legal. Some interesting settling puzzles here. So that means this is not a legal spot. But we could just move that up to here, right? We could move that to this tile here. 1, 2, 3, yeah. But this is the spot we want to settle first then, because it's got this and the fish. Again, the advantage of being creative is it'll grab that right away. Corn can never be irrigated, but it's still a 5 food resource, and a city here can borrow this clams tile too. So it'll really effectively be able to trade this back and forth. Yeah, so I think this is the next city spot here. So I guess this pair of workers can road down here. I would like to chop into the workboat, but I can't do that until fishing tech is done. So yeah, I can't do that until fishing's done. Working around the slow commerce start. All right, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for the second worker so soon. I don't have as much work to do as I thought. Oh well. Well, as I said, the text did not actually line up that well with this start, unfortunately. The texts were ill suited to this starting position. Can mine the marble. Yeah, that's not a bad call either. Could have just mined that for a 5 production tile until we actually use the marble. That actually probably would have been a better call. I like that suggestion from chat. Anyway, though, we can work on the settler now. We have 4 resource tiles for a 7-turn settler. It's not bad. Also just got a forest growth, too. Double forest growth. Okay. We'll be able to chop into that soon. Yeah, now we just need to get to fishing tech. This poor city is not contributing anything except the trade route so far. It will, though. Just need to get the fishing boats out there. Triple fishing boats are pretty nice. Still, if I'd known that was going to grow over, I might have picked a different spot for the second city. Still, is what it is. Yeah, nature is not messing around.
It is
All
entirely
right.
seemly for a young man killed in battle to lie mangled by the bronze spear.
We
In
still
his
can't
death, all
do
things
anything other
will be
than.
fair.
I guess we could build a worker, but that doesn't make much sense. Warriors are fine. They're helpful for military police. You can hang out there. You are free to go somewhere else. Yeah, I mean, we want masonry too, right? But we're going to probably need pottery as the next tech. Probably need pottery next so we can build granaries. And then I think we'll look for masonry. All right, so now we can actually chop into, let's do a double chop here because we want 2 workboats. So let's double chop into this. One here and then one here. We'll make sure both of these go to Boolean base. There we go. The chop will complete 1 workboat and then it'll get us some production into the second one. An insane start for spamming fail gold. I suppose it would be, but I'm not usually someone who looks to do that. All right, how close are we to healed? Getting there, over here. Getting there. 6 turns. I wish I'd been able to get 1 more road here. Maybe I can get that done before the settler finishes, after they chop here, because then I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 here and settle. I'm going to need the roads anyway. I'll need the road connection, but yeah, pretty much just going to be chopping. This will be settler and probably into another worker. There's not too much point to grow this beyond size 4 right now. We'll want to get it to size 5 when we can work this tile. But there's not that much need to grow it another size just yet because it's working all the resource tiles. Yeah, no copper yet, right? No copper. Not yet. But we will have horses eventually, so there's that. And so far there's no other AI on this island. I bet there's probably one somewhere. Where do I want to send you? So we kind of have the fog busting, I think, under control. So maybe you can go west and explore a little bit in that direction too. Maybe help fog bust this entryway. Okay, so note that it's going to take 3 turns to chop, and then it's also going to take 3 turns for fishing. I'm actually holding off on researching revolting to bronze to slavery because I want to get I want to be able to get this workboat out. So I might do the revolt when this settler is in transit. He's not quite healed yet. He's at 1.4. Since this guy's only one successful battle away from Woodsman 2, I don't want to risk losing him. All right, so we're 1 turn away here. Judaism. Some of the religions are falling. All right. So I guess we have to kill 1 more turn. Put a turn into the road here. Good thing we have just enough to finish that. All right, and then I'll move next turn. Oh, hello, Barbs. That's why we have a warrior station down here.
Give a man a fish.
All right.
Feed him for a day.
This said I think we need pottery next. I want to be able to build granaries. All right. Workboat. Chop. Chop. There we go. Can work that tile. Much better tile to work. All right. So that gets us the first workboat and then partially the way to the second one. All right. And then I need to get these workers down here. There's actually not that much for them to do at Boolean base because it's just going to be working water tiles for now. And you are finished healing, so let's see what else is out there. Oh, okay. This might be a dead end down here. I should probably see if this is a dead end first. 130 turn pottery, I know, right? Long way to pottery. All right, so we're going to work Stonehenge. All right, well, I guess we're not building Stonehenge. It is turn 50, so it's not shocking or anything. We are... no. I actually don't care about this warrior. I'd rather finish the workboat first. And this is the tile between the two. We want a road. I gotta get you on the road network, even though it wastes a turn of movement. Ooh, hello, another food bonus down there. Yeah, I think this guy goes in, well, do we mine the marble? Maybe. But the thing is, I want to get a road. No, this worker's needed down here. I need to improve this tile, and I need to chop a workboat. So there's more important stuff to be done, I'm afraid. Not quite time to do that. Well, we're actually third at, well, that's where we're creative, so that's not less useful than it might seem. All right. So what do we do next? We can't build the granary yet. I think, you know what? I think I'm just going to do another settler right now. I know I'm low on workers for that. Or do I do the worker? Or do I need a third worker? Probably need a third worker, especially if we're going to get any wonders out later. Do the worker then. I'm content to just sit here, though. All right, so road. Unfortunately, I can't avoid wasting a turn there. All right, and let's make absolutely sure we're not walking into a barbare. Okay, this is also a good turn to revolt into slavery. Lots to chop. Yeah, there's a lot to chop, so we definitely need the extra worker. All right, so there we go, over to there. And we'll be able to pop into slavery later on. Or yeah. So oftentimes people revolt into slavery when their first settler is in transit. We did when the second one was in transit, a little bit different. Yeah, road, and then they can improve that, and then we'll have the trade connection here. Another nice peninsula, yep. All right, so one of you needs to finish roading there. The other one can move here. Sadly, we can't speed this up. Oh, hello. Well, I'm glad we had some advance warning of that barbing coming. Now, we should have odds to win this, but in the case we lose, it's at least we know it's a barb warrior before it hits our borders. So it could be worse. Let's get you back down here. I'm appreciating the fog busting that's going on. All right, so now this city will grow very fast. Has no production. Yeah, we might want to mine this so this city gets a little production. You can also slave though. I probably, you know what? I think I'll just wait until this is one turn away from growth, and then I'll just slave the workboat, and then we can put the overflow into the pottery. We can finish the warrior and then put the overflow into that. The capital does. I think I'm okay with the capital just sitting here working all 4 resource tiles instead of whipping. There's no granary here, so the capital would not grow back very fast. We definitely would like to get some chariots out, but we got to get all the way down here to this. So I'll probably going to try to build my way down here to the south because I think the land is pretty good down there. To the north and west, I kind of need iron working, but down here, I think I can make do with just bronze working. So probably will be settling to the south ASAP to get down to those horses. Yeah, no need to whip a city. Need a pyramids? Yeah, that might be the next goal. We after pottery, the next goal is definitely masonry and connect this. So we we could try to go for pyramids. The other option is we could try to oracle metal casting, which I think would be pretty good too, just because we are industrious and we get cheap forges. So that wouldn't be bad either. We have a lot of forest to chop, so there's a bunch of options. Yeah, there's no real need to push west in the immediate future. We can just settle our peninsulas here. I mean, if you look at the demos, I'm sure we're last in pretty much every. Actually, we're not last in everything. That's pretty good for this stage of the game. Honestly, this is better than I would expect. Right, we have no metal, so forges aren't super good, just merely good. But they're still good because we're industrious and they're cheap. All right, come on. Looks like we won. Thank you. That's good. What were our odds? We probably had about 75% in that battle. Oh, it looks like we got a free win. No, that was the wolf battle. I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh, we actually had about 90% odds. Okay, better than I thought. You can just hang out there to heal for a couple turns. All right, so one of you needs to road this tile. The other one can get prepared to start working on that. We're going to need a name for this city, you guys. All right, we're still not quite at the end of this, but look at those resources. More good stuff over here. Roquefort for the cows. I like it. Cows for the cheese. I like the idea. Oh, wow. I messed that up. All right, so here I'll reload just to show the difference here. All right, so this is a very, very minor optimization, but note that I settled the city before building the road. There's no trade route. Watch, if I go back and reload this to the start of the turn. Oh wait, we might not have an autosave. Yeah, we actually don't have an autosave to the beginning of the turn because it's not autosaving every turn. I got to flip that back on. We changed that for the alternate histories. If you build the road first and then settle, there's a trade route there. Now it doesn't make a huge difference. It's just like one extra commerce, but it is a little small optimization. I could have had one more commerce that turn, so little thing. Anyway, this city we will try to get the Great Lighthouse here. We need the workboat first, but we can go. Well, so we're going to need sailing. Okay, so we need. Do we go for sailing before we go for masonry? That's a question. Do we go for sailing before masonry? Hmm. That I don't know the answer to. Well, we definitely need to connect this and then build the workboat. I do feel like Great Lighthouse is probably a higher priority. Masonry first and chop mids. Capital can do mids fast. It's true, the capital can do pyramids pretty fast. Totestra is just a different map script. That is true. We could see what's over here. We could get offshore island trade routes. So we could maybe even have Great Lighthouse offshore island trade routes potentially. All right, so I said I was going to whip this when it was one turn away, so we'll do that now. Oh, Great Lighthouse needs masonry anyway. Is that true? You're right, it does. You're right, it does require that anyway. But we could, and frankly, we're not going to get started on the lighthouse for until after the workboat is done, because we're going to want a granary first anyway. So it is masonry next. It looks like. Looks like masonry is the next tech. We are break even at 60% right now. All right, let's finish this warrior, and then we're going to build another workboat after that. But I might as well finish the workboat. All right. All right, looks like that's it for that little peninsula there. And then you, Mr. Fogbust, can continue there. So we're pretty well covered against barbs, right? With one here, one down here. We're actually holding out against the barbs reasonably well. All right, so this worker cannot, I guess we could mine this tile. That might make sense. We could mine this for a 5 production tile. That actually probably does make sense. Another corn that can't get irrigation way down there. Yeah, it's true. Can never be irrigated. No crabs in sight. Yeah, no crabs. All right, so yeah, let's grow this to size 5. I'd like to build. Actually, you know what? Because we can't. We're one turn off. We're like one turn off finishing pottery here. Because I'd like it to work on a granary when it's growing. We'll just do the settler next because we can't. We're not. We can't work on the granary just yet. So, all right, you can hang out in there for a defender. Now you can turn around and start heading back. Hopefully we'll get one more barb kill. All right, so what does this do? As I said, I think we can mine this. Alternately, we could start prepping for the next spot, but I think these workers can do that down here. All right, they finished that. They can move here, chop and road this. Yeah, these cities down here are relatively low investment, is one nice thing about them. Of course, we could also settle this spot too. This actually has a food resource ready to go. Could mine the shared hill tile too, that's true. If Bouillabaisse wanted. Could also mine this tile here, which could be worked by both of these cities. Could also be worked by this city too, potentially. So the question is, do we go for this spot in the preparation of trying to get down to the horses, but is kind of a weaker city, or we could go here. This has this food bonus ready to go immediately. I think this might be the better call to go here first. By the way, how nice is it that we don't have to worry about expanding borders? Creative is really helping us a lot with these fish out in the second ring. What are you going to do with the plains tiles in the capital? I don't know. Possibly either cottage or farm them, most likely. They are unlikely to be worked for quite some time, but eventually. That's a good question, but I don't know. Either cottage or farm. One or two of them is going to have to farm. How much would it hurt to just go to the horses? That's also a doable. That is doable actually to just go straight to the horses. The city could be filled in afterwards. Could just do that. It's true. Yeah. So where, boy, this is where to send this worker actually depends on what we're going to do next. Whether we want to grab a quick city here. Yeah, it's a lot of walking to get down there, though. I think I like the idea of just dropping this city here because it can contribute right away. Like that city contributes immediately, as opposed to being more of a long-term project, as some of these other spots are. Like it can work this and then just work water tiles, and yeah, because it's got a 5 food tile right away. All right, so that means I think I'm gonna road. Do I road to this tile first? I like the idea of having that road built so that city can drop there immediately, but let's mine this first. Get the city at size 5. A tile to work at size 5. Okay. Now I don't think we need this for health resources. We're pretty much fine on health. So why don't you move here, and then you guys can chop into that workboat. Finish researching pottery though. All right. And there's only so many wonders we can afford to go for. We do have to pick and choose which wonders to go for. Does seem like Great Lighthouse is the highest priority, and then maybe Pyramids is second highest, just because representation would be really nice, particularly for this city, which is going to work specialists. I wish we were spiritual because then I could pop back and forth between slavery and caste system for a city like this. But I'm not spiritual, so I won't be able to do that. This city, Roquefort's going to be very nice. I mean, it's going to have the 5 food fish, 6 food with a lighthouse. I think that we can, we should be able to double whip in the lighthouse and the granary pretty quickly. And then we can just look to go straight Great Lighthouse and chop. And we've got like 8 forests here. So capital after this settler just needs to build like 2 more workers for chopping duty. This is a great city for Great Lighthouse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's not in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 forests to chop. Yeah, we should be able to lock that down. Great Lighthouse by like turn 75-ish. I hope. Hopefully, just gonna hope that the AI doesn't prioritize it
Power
too
over
much.
clay to make one
All
vessel
right, so
into
now we need
honor
sailing for
and another
sure.
into dishonor.
How many turns do we need to get there? A few. Yeah, Great Wall's already gone. We will have the workboat done, and it looks like that's going to coincide very nicely with the borders popping. Very nice. So we'll just have to, maybe we even do lighthouse before, well, we can do, I was going to say maybe we even do lighthouse before granary, but we can't start the lighthouse yet because we don't have the tech in. All right, so what are you working here? Or do we just want more commerce by working the water tile? We want the workboat to be done, so we can work that tile for right now. What's our whip unhappiness? 6 turns. Actually, you know what? We'll just... No, this is fine. Because we want to get the granary whipped out from here. Yep, we can always... Writing with... writing might be the next tech to go for after... after sailing in masonry. Because I think it's sailing before masonry because I want to get started on the lighthouse. And I know I need masonry to start the Great Lighthouse, but I need the lighthouse before I can start it. Also lets me build Moai too. Yeah, those poor jungle pigs, I know, right? Granary. All right. So, what do we do with these workers next? We're going to need a road on this tile. One of these workers needs to get up there and build a road on that tile. We can also start pre-chopping forest, so that's something. Even if I don't cash these in just yet. So that forest is now pre-chopped. Just needs to be cashed in. Cottage, we could cottage that tile, I suppose. It's like a slightly lower priority. Yeah, certainly have our pick of amazing Moai slots. I know, right? It's like more Moai than you can know what to do with. Okay, well, we need a lot more gold to finish this. Commerce continues to be a little bit of an issue with this start. 2 turns, so. Yeah, you can pre-chop this. I need to put a sign on this tile. All right, 1 turn. So that's basically done already. Actually, you can grow in 2 turns there. Yeah, I'm trying to get more commerce. All right. So we'll definitely whip the granary here, and then whip a granary here as well. All right, this should get us close to finishing that. Yeah. I'll go ahead and road that. Road that. Oh, hello, Barb. Hope we win this. We've got the Woodsman promotion, but we'll get Woody too if we win that. All right, so this has now been pre-chopped twice as well. So this is also now pre-chopped. Maybe I can go pre-chop this tile too. Oh, actually, you probably need to come down here and build the cottage because the city's going to grow so fast. Workers love going places. All right, let's hope we win this. As I said, we should have good odds. We're on the forest and we've got the Woodsman promotion. Okay, good. That means we'll be able to take Woodsman too. All right, I want you now to grow and then grow and then work that tile. You can finish this road here. 1 turn, and now we can move double tiles through the woods. All right, good. Now we're good to go there. And then this guy can come down here and help farm this tile. Okay, cool. So we're ready to found another city name next turn. Can we name the warrior Woody? Sure. It's got Woodsman too. Woody the warrior. All right, cool. This city is all right. Cool. Grow in 4 turns, work boat in 4 turns, but in reality, we'll probably whip the granary before that. All right. So what's our name for our new city? Oh, we found Mansa Musa. So we're not alone on this island. Well, at least it's not a super aggressive leader. So we're not alone. Not alone on this island. Hopefully he's not too far advanced. Chamonix next to Mont Blanc. All right. Cheaper tax. I suppose it's slightly discounted. What is our piece weight? Well, the human player doesn't have a piece weight. Doesn't work that way. Mansa tends to be a pretty easy ally, or pretty easy to get along with. He's not very aggressive. He is likely to run away with the game technologically, though. We'll see how many. Let's see what the trade window says. And we're actually keeping pace on him with expansion so far, so that's good. Given that this is immortal, it's not bad. Sula's piece weight is probably 6 or so. Yeah, and he likes to sign open borders, so we might be able to trade with him. Yeah, no religion. That's a good point too. He didn't found one. He often does found religions, though. Well, let's see how far away he is. We're obviously not declaring war. Well, there's another fish resource up there. And I would expect we'd be behind in score for some time. All right. Work this tile. Actually, this gets the granary faster. This is probably better. Whip unhappiness is about to wear off. Wait, what the? Why is the city working this tile? Oh, because that got passed over to the other city, to Chamonix. We're gonna have some real tile swap in here. All right, looking pretty good though, all things considered. Right up until it says Great Lighthouse has been built in a distant land. Any turn now? No, it'd be a little early for that. But yeah, these workers can come down here and, well, we're gonna have to do masonry next, but then we can look to go for that. Anyway, yeah, so looking so far so good. Probably just look to keep expanding south until we have iron working, because we kind of, as I said, kind of need iron working to get much further north. Everything up there is buried in jungle. Hopefully we can get everything on this peninsula, and I'm curious what's down there, but it'll take a little bit before we can get a galley out. Yeah, this could end up being an important spot. It depends on how far away Mansa is. I don't know if we're on like some absolutely gigantic continent or not. All right, we can whip this next turn. Maybe you should have whipped this before growing, but it's all right. One. Still haven't found his borders just yet. All right, there's that cottage. I think we want to road on this tile. And then we'll see what we can do about getting down here. All right, sailing. Yeah, I think the next thing is these workers just start chopping for the Great Lighthouse. Just have to get masonry now. Well, we will want a galley eventually. It's just that there's higher priorities first.
You can't
You're definitely not wrong about
you
that.
can adjust your
Okay,
skill.
masonry. How much is this? We need about 50-ish gold. All right, so there's the oracle already gone. So there goes that suggestion that we might head in that direction. It looks like it's got to be pyramids and definitely pyramids and our great library, great lighthouse are our current plans. Yeah, so we definitely want to start prepping around here. Yeah, this city is out of tiles to work right now. And so we can go ahead and do this. Get the granary. Go on to a lighthouse next. This city actually could get the galley for us. Still no Mansa borders. This must be a big island. If we still haven't spotted him yet. Must be, I mean, it did take a long time to see him. Could build a settler in Roquefort for the horse city and overflow into a great lighthouse, potentially. I feel like I need to get lighthouse. I need to get lighthouse and granary up first, though. I think that's important to get that done first. All right, so we're working that. Oh, we're one turn off finishing. Finish that, and then well, no, it's not worth it. Not worth it, even though I can get the granary done. Just the yields are so much better, it's not worthwhile, even though it comes up one short. Even though we are one short, it's still not worth it. Okay. Well, I can whip the lighthouse next turn. All right, granary's done. On the lighthouse for lack of better stuff. Two pop this, just whipping off the immature cottage. Go back onto the granary. This way we can start filling up the, start working on the Great Lighthouse ASAP. I might as well road this tile while we're here. Okay. All right, you can start pre-chopping. All right, as soon as this is done, what do we work on next? Probably another settler, honestly. Worker's going to be tied up on chopping, but there's not that much more for them to do at the moment. Either that or another worker. Actually, maybe we do want another worker. Actually, we probably do need another worker if we're going to be chopping here. Really are a lot of pigs, right? Yeah. Need at least one more turn of this. Probably 2 more turns. Try to squeeze out the 3-turn worker. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll do another settler. All right, well, this city doesn't lack for food, certainly. All right, so this is now 1 tile away. Got most of the pre-chopping done. Can move there. Can move here and road this. Pretty much just need to get the masonry tech done, and then we'll be good. Yeah, we really need this too. This city doesn't have a lot of tiles to work, does it? It's going to need to work the water tiles. And then we'll have to build some mines back here. So are you working your 3 resource tiles? Yeah, but that's honestly more food than we really need here. So why don't we split this tile off to this city here? I guess you can work that tile. Gonna need some specialists there, that's for sure. All right, now we should have enough to get to masonry. Should have enough there. Yeah, so that'll finish that. All right, you can pre-chop that tile. We're getting a lot of scouting done. It's a large continent we're on. Quite large. Okay, let's have you move up there and look to chop that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 forests should be pretty good. 7. 7 forests to chop. Just have them all pre-chopped and ready to go. And then we'll just cash them all in. It is getting a little late for Great Lighthouse. I'm concerned, but I don't think I can speed it up faster than what we're seeing right now. I said commerce has been one of the key factors in it taking a while. By the way, we still haven't found Vance's borders yet. So, yeah. Hmm. 4 turns to get to masonry. Okay, well, how about you work the commerce? Oh, we actually managed to shave a turn off. Let's just make sure we can get there in 3. Trying to work all these commerce tiles. All right. So that's now done. It's going to be sad if we come up short on this, if the AI builds it like 1 turn before me. Can't quite get to that tile, can I? In that case, you come over here and mine this, because multiple cities can use this tile. Okay, so this is now done. And then, all right, this is done already. Okay, so all these ready, and then you can get to, oh, you can't quite get to that tile yet, can you? Okay. All right, in that case, well, we can road the tile you're on, because we're going to need roads on here anyway in a couple turns. Wow, look at this. Gems. We'll settle that one right away. He still hasn't settled another city yet. Poor Bulia Base is unhappy. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Well, that's okay. You can just be happy for right now. You're gonna have so much food, you're not gonna know what to do with it. Actually, you could probably stand here, couldn't you? Yeah. Defog everything except that tile over there. All right. When we're one turn away from the finishing the granary, we can whip into we can whip into the Great Lighthouse and overflow into it. So you need to get there. Let's have you go here. Just be prepared to cash in that chop next turn. How far away is Mansa again? I still haven't found him. Oh wow. Still skill exploring up here. All right, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we gotta start cashing in these chops. 2, 3, chop. You can start cashing that in next turn. Okay.
It is from their foes.
All right. Next up, I think we said we wanted writing.
Learn the lesson of building high walls.
All right. Great Lighthouse. All right. Chop. Chop. Well, because that's as far as we can go in that direction. Wait. Crud. I gotta reload, and I don't have the every turn autosave turned on, do I? Why didn't I check that? Oh man, this is why you really want to have every turn autosave turned on, in case you make a mistake like that. It's only every 5 turns right now, and I think we're at like the max turn distance back too. God dang it! I hope I can remember everything I did now. I hate it when that happens. Oh, this is way back. Why is it always the max distance back? Yeah, I didn't check to see that this was allocated to that city. Ah, this is all your fault in chat, by the way. It's your fault because you guys insisted I turn off every turn autosave when I was doing the alternate histories. I'm just kidding around here, but well, it's in the logger, so it's in the INI. It's not even an option in the game. It's in the INI log, so it's not even something I can do. No, I'm just kidding here, but all right. Jeez, I hope I remember what the heck I was doing. I moved here. Oh yeah, it's already a mistake. This moved here and rotated last turn before. Well, that's okay. I can go here, right? Yeah. I was trying to be so careful too, and then I forgot to check that. That was my bad. I was trying to be real careful too, and yeah, it's okay. But it's just annoying. I hate to have to redo things over again, especially for such a silly reason. Anyway. All right. So this is now one turn away. Stupid. Stupid, stupid. This is now one turn away. Need to get over here, start chopping that. Yeah, alternate histories, right? It's just, you want to keep autosave on one turn interval. You really do. Anyway. Okay, so before go here, just get prepared to chop there. Okay, so this is done and ready to chop. So I guess you can move up here. This is slightly different than what I did. I'm aware of that. I think it's okay though. Fortunately, there's not that much going on right now. So like, it's not like I'm moving that many units around. Yeah, this city needs more happiness. And then next up, we'll try to chop all this into pyramids. We'll make a play for pyramids next. I don't know if we'll get it, but at least we can go for fail gold after that. All right, we're finally back to I think where we were before, just about. Oh, I need a military police in there, don't I? Oh well, that's okay. Gonna need some more cheap warriors. Forgot I don't have enough standing in my cities. Well, this city Roquefort is not
It is from their
managed the
foes,
same way it was
murderous
before.
ravens, that
Not
cities
quite
are
sure what I
born
did
sealed
differently
within their
there.
high walls.
I think I was working the granary, whereas before or I think I was working the cottage, and before I was working that tile or something like that. But all right, now let's cash these chops in, okay? Roquefort, cash in the chop. Roquefort, just making sure it goes to the right city this time. Roquefort, okay. You are you're supposed to come over and chop this turn. You were supposed to come over and chop this turn, but I'm not reloading again. It's all right. It is what it is. But you were supposed to come chop this turn, because then next turn you could have moved there and chopped. But I guess this guy can come over there and chop anyway. It is what it is. It's fine. So we got these chops going in. We can whip the granary, and the granary overflow will give us a bit extra production there too. Oh, he wants open borders. Okay, sure. If we have Great Lighthouse, that'll only benefit us. Now, does this get us trade routes with him? Or do we have to defog I think we have to defog a trade route to him. Well, we should have a trade route over to him at some point. I am defogging quite a few tiles here. Okay, Roquefort, thank goodness that went to the correct city. Okay, 1, 2, 3 here. Roquefort, okay. And then we've got 3 more chops coming in, so this puts us at... And then we have 3 more chops coming in, and then we can whip for the last bit, and that should do it, hopefully. Just work this tile. Hopefully. Yeah, I need to double check just to be sure. All right. So you are going to chop this. Does go to Roquefort. There we go. So you're going to go to here. Chop. And then you are going to move to here. Chop. 1 turn. Let's go. Player always wins ties in this game. So you win same turn ties. So we have the Great Lighthouse. It is ours. And now we need to mine some of these tiles. So we got it. Let's go. Oops, was that guy not on? Oh, he wasn't on a road. Okay. Yeah, we're going to mine some of these tiles because we're working unimproved tiles right now. And that settler we're going to move down here and get the horses. Actually, we'll probably settle this spot first, just because we can. Actually, maybe not. Maybe we'll go straight to this spot down here. We need to get some cheap warriors out. This city has had 2 unhappy faces. Well, representation will help with that, right? Interesting. Where are you, Mansa Musa? All right. We're in the process of trying to defog a trade route to him. And then some of these workers are going to come up here and go for, well, actually, we need pyramids for representation. But Great Lighthouse is the biggie. That's what we needed. That's going to help solve our commerce issues, especially with trade routes to Mansa. That's going to help a lot. We'll also produce, in theory, a great merchant down the road. Yeah, 2 times trade routes is really big, really big. This wonder is kind of unbalanced in default Civ 4 if there's a lot of water. And we're going to try to get the Colossus too. Although, because metal casting is probably the next thing after writing. It's either math or metal casting next. Metal casting is quite expensive, but we don't really need any of this other stuff. We don't need the religious stuff. We're creative, so we can skip all that. Ironworking would be nice too. We could finally cut down jungle, but we'll have to think about it for sure. Anyway, getting those extra trade routes is nice. All right, so Bouillabaisse is out from under its initial unhappiness. Let's get this. And then I'm probably going to work on a galley. I'll probably whip a galley next. All right, so definitely need to mine some of these tiles. This one can be shared between multiple cities, so we should mine this one first. 3 workers can do that. And then this settler is going to need to go down here to the south, so let's start building our road down there. Going to need more workers pretty badly here, because I want some of them to chop these forests for pyramids. Oh, it's only 15. Wow, what the? Only 15 turns. Oh, we're industrious, plus we have stone. Duh. It's cheap as all get out. That's really cheap. So yeah, we're definitely going for that next. Definitely going for that next. This would count as an offshore island because there's water in between, so it would count. Yeah, the oracle's gone, unfortunately. Of course, we don't have this connected anyway. We have to quarry this at some point. Yeah, let's do that and hope we can get it. Even if we would fail, we would get fail gold out of it, so that's not bad. We sure could use +3 happiness from representation. Okay, so this is going to grow into unhappiness, but that's okay. We need workers, so just do a 4-turn worker for us. Cool. All right. This city, we need workers. Just give us a cheap worker. We have the granary lighthouse. We're just at the happiness cap. So, we need we need warriors even more. Get yourself a warrior, buddy. And this city needs a warrior too. This city I've kind of been neglecting. I'm not gonna lie. I should have whipped this granary sooner. It's actually a little sloppy, not being on top of that. Anyway, finish that. So now a city can work that. Roquefort can definitely work that tile. That gets us a somewhat better yield. Okay. I'm just defogging everything up here. This woodsman warrior is doing work. Okay, what's next? Well, let's get the pyramid. Let's work on pyramid, shall we? We can chop this forest to start, because we're gonna want to mine that anyway. Let's see if we can get pyramids before anything else. Yeah, no copper, but we might have iron. We might have iron. It's possible. Cheap libraries will be nice too. This city pretty much permanently can run 2 um, scientist specialists. Anyway, so you need to get a road down here. Definitely need a second worker to come help out there. Maybe this worker can come help too. No, it's more important to go for the pyramids. That's not going to last. We can always get this spot down here. The pyramids aren't going to last. Louis is definitely good for pyramids. All right, we got the warrior, so now we can be size 5. We need workers. Get me another worker, please. We're just like badly hurting on workers. That lighthouse being half done is pretty nice. All right, so you move here. Choppity chop. Yeah, we can probably get this done in about 5 turns with the chops. Okay. How about you guys split up? You to here, and you to here. And then you can... Wait, and then you can chop here? Would this go to Louisville? Yes, it would. It's not in the initial ring, but... Oh, you could go to here. Actually, you go to here and chop that, because that's even a shareable tile. All right, you hang out there. You keep coming down in this direction. And then we won't need this guy to fog bust anymore. Wow, this is a large continent, you guys. We still haven't found Mansa's borders yet. Well, I mean, we don't need to go into an early war with this dude because we seem to be not exactly hurting. He's on 5 cities now. We're about to get our 5th. Interesting game, right? Interesting map setup to be sure. Lots of room for expansion. It's nice that we've been able to keep the barbs off us so far. They've really been leaving us alone, which is very appreciative for me. Now we're going to be able to do some cheap libraries. Okay, so you're going to go there. Let's make sure that this tile, all right, is held by Louisville. Chop, chop. You need a road. Unfortunately, there's no way to speed up production down there. Oh, there's a fish tile. I'm trying to keep the coast defogged so that if we do find Mansa's borders, we'll have a clear trade route. That oh wait, I didn't clear this tile. Ah, that might actually block a trade route. Might actually block a trade route. Tile with cottage in the 3rd city might have iron. Uh, yeah, one of these could be. What's our whip timers looking like here? Okay, we'll probably whip the library there, or just another worker. We just whip there. All right, we can whip something here. Do we just whip the worker and then grow back? Yeah, I think we do. I think we just whip the worker, and then we'll put the overflow into the library that can finish here, because we're going to have writing tech done.
True glory consists in doing what
All right, so here's the question. What's our next tech goal? This is pretty open-ended. So there's a couple good options here. We're skipping the religious line just completely. We don't need anything there. Yeah, it could overflow into a galley. That's not terrible either. Metal casting, if we want to make a run at the Colossus. Colossus would be really good. We also get cheap forges. Now, we don't have any metal resources, but it's still quite good for us. Alternatively, we could power up our chops with math. We could also look to chop down jungle with ironworking. Metal casting is the most expensive option. It's also because it's like doubly good. All right, people like metal casting because Colossus is colossally good on this map, which it is. No question about that. We could also do the galley. It's not crazy, but I think I like getting the library a little bit more. All right, and then now we've got our second worker to come help us road down here. So it's going to take a little while. It's 17 turns. This is an expensive tech. It's currently 28 turns at break-even research. So if we go for this, it's going to take us an awfully long time to get it. But that said, our research rate will go down as we get more stuff. So libraries will help a lot. Representation scientific specialists would help enormously. So really hoping we get this. We got the 3 chops working here. Sounds like William's awake. I think he might be on his way down here, you guys. Okay. Oh, we're also going to need a warrior for that city there too. All right. So what can the worker do here? We can probably help. Can we get a chop? Well, let's see if we even need the chop. 7 turns. 5 turns. Looks like we could use a little bit more chopping help. Now, why don't we move over here in the hopes of helping with another chop? Just want to see if I can lock that down because pyramids would be really, really good for us on this map. Still haven't found Mansa Musa yet. How big is this continent? Seriously. All right, 5 turns. This chop, and then we've got 3 workers here. I could have them all move on this tile and chop it in 1 turn. I think I'll do that. I think we can get this in 3 turns. So let's just keep our fingers. I think we can do turn 85 here, I think. Oh man, these cities are unhappy. Got the whip unhappiness here. This city, though, I should just get a warrior. Look at this tile of cities working. Kind of sad. Yeah, it needs a warrior pretty badly. All right, well, the Great Lighthouse did not fall on this inner turn, so that's good. Yeah, I think we'll just triple up on this tile so we can chop in one turn, and then that'll be the last chop we do. All right, oh, we get to settle this city this turn. Okay, so what's the name of our long, faraway sheep, horses city down here? I'll be able to connect the sheep and then chop out for, it's not Paris. I don't know what Aujak is a reference to. Is this a colossal mistake? I don't know what is Aujak a reference to? I'm not necessarily opposed to it, but I don't know what that's a reference to. No reference. Okay. No idea. Okay. Well, I'm going to go with the Epsom Downs then. Oh, it looks like somebody's on his way. I hear William coming. Oh, here he comes. If you guys want to see him. Okay. Let's put him on the screen. Hi, did you just wake up? Hi, little guy. Are you feeling better? Yeah. He's been home all week because he's been sick, but he's doing a lot better now than he was on Monday and Tuesday. Yeah. Hi. What are you thinking? Is Dad gonna land this wonder? I'm gonna see if I land the pyramids, and then it'll be a natural stopping point. Yes. Yes. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my God. Got a little stuffy here for him. He's just really adorable. Yeah, he's doing better, but he's the reason why the stream started late because he cannot go to daycare until next week. He's crawling all over the place now. He's really often crawling. Yeah. Oh, he's such a little cutie. Okay, I'm gonna give him back to mom, and I'm gonna be done in 5 minutes. No, he's a happy little guy when he's not sick. Yeah, here's this little doggy. All right, let's see if we can get this wonder. And then, as I said, that's a natural stopping point. Okay. Yeah. He really was just a red potato at the start of AI. He's grown, the babies grow so much the first year. They really do. All right. Okay, so we founded this city down here. Our break-even research rate is now right around 50%. And now we need to actually improve some of these cities. Okay, 2 turns. All right. 1 turn. Hey, and remember the player always wins ties. Hey, there we go. So we got pyramids too. Thank goodness. That's good. And then we can see if we'll be able to go make our run for Colossus after that. All right. Thank goodness. So we'll play 8 to turn 85. That's, as I said, a good stopping point. All right. Wow, this is... Where is Mansa Musa, by the way? There's this vast continent, and we still have not found his borders yet. Okay. So let's come down here and improve this tile. We really want to road this, or mine this tile. And I really want a warrior in here. So the warrior down here can now be on. Just one more turn, I know. Happiness City. Well, we're gonna revolt to representation because we really need the happiness. All right. Pyramids it is. So I've told this story a couple times, but you know how there's a little wonder video for all the wonders in Civ 4? The pyramids was the first one that was done in development. This was the one that was done before any of the others. I think there was like one from the late era that they did too. And so early on in testing, because all the other Wonder videos weren't done, whenever you built a Wonder, it would just show the pyramids one because it was the only one that was done. So you would just see the pyramids over and over and over and over again. So I've seen this Wonder video more than all the others. like way more than all the others. All right, that's a big, big hit. We might also have a chance to get a great engineer out of this too, down the road. All right, so I don't know quite what we're gonna build here next, but I'll just shove this. Actually, you know what I need? I want a cheap warrior, so Chamonix actually has a defender. All right, we can finish that. Work that tile. Yep. Um, can finish, keep defogging these tiles. We'll see if we can ever find where Mansa is. Work that tile. All right. We probably would want a cottage with these guys. And we'll figure out what to do later, but all right, you guys there are going to connect that. I think we actually want to mine that tile soonish too, but for right now we'll dump that. And we're going to revolt into representation. And this is where we will pick up next time. So let's go ahead and save it right here. Really cool map. Really cool map. I mean, we're on pace to have like 30 cities, but yeah, so got that down. I want to expand and grab this spot, and I think well, we're working on metal casting, but I think we can start grabbing some of these spots in the near future too, because we want to keep pushing expansion. Maybe we will ultimately go for ironworking first, because I'd like to be able to start settling these spots, and I really need ironworking to do that. But yeah, I would like to start pushing to the west a little bit more. So we'll see. I have not invested anything in metal casting yet. I've just been saving money. Would be an insane map if with financial, but not financial. But hey, or at least we're gonna have horses, so we'll be somewhat able to defend ourselves. And we're fine. Oh, he's on 6 cities now. We're only on 5. Okay, well, Immortal is tricky. Well, we have graphs with him now, so let's see. How are we measuring out? We're actually keeping pace in GMP. Production, food. Oh, we're actually ahead in food. Wow. That's good. I mean, we're way behind in power, but that's whatever. Um, well, my GMP is 0. We're actually number 1 in food by a good margin, and we're basically tied for the lead in production, too. That's excellent. I will take that for this early on an Immortal map for sure. What's our GMP? Let's just hit next turn so we can see what our actual GMP is. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad for this early in the game. Cool. And Bouillabaisse now has extra happiness, so we're going to get this library. We're going to cram some scientists in there at 6 speakers per and run the specialist economy as best we can. Okay, so we will pick this up next week. Normal streaming time next week. William should be 100% back at daycare. And yeah, we'll go from there. So thanks all of you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you again next week on Friday for a normal session. Until then, have a good one, folks. Take care. See you then.